Welcome to the channel. Our today's topic of discussion is another painting defect related to the painting of automobiles, motorcycles, scooters, and auto rickshaws is bronzing. The discussion contents would be illustration and photograph, explanation of bronzing, its probable causes and countermeasure, repair method, and introduction to the next topic. What is bronzing? Bronzing is a surface defect typically observed in coatings containing certain special pigments like blue, maroon, or black. It occurs when a loosely bound layer of pigment is formed on the paint surface, exhibiting a color slightly different to the original paint and producing an unintended metallic or bronze-like sheen. This defect is peculiar to certain paints, like blue, maroon, and black pigments. It is formed by a loosely adhering pigment layer on the surface finish, which is slightly different in color from the original paint, and which imparts a metallic sheen to the surface. The word sheen refers to a soft, smooth, and often shiny or glossy appearance on the surface. A high sheen means the surface is glossy and reflects a lot of light. A low sheen means it looks more matte or dull finish. In defects like bronzing, the metallic sheen means the surface has an unwanted, shiny, metallic-like look, different from the intended finish. Coming to probable causes and countermeasures. Number one, certain pigments inherently have the tendency to bronze. The pigments like blues, maroons, and blacks have natural bronzing tendencies. The recommendations are use pigments and formulations recommended by the paint manufacturers. Number two, incorrect mixing ratio or deviation from formula. Improper proportions can affect pigment dispersion and surface quality. The recommended countermeasure is strictly follow the recommended mixing formula and pigment loading limits. By pigment loading means it is the ratio of a pigment to the total volume or weight of the paint. It must be carefully controlled to maintain color strength and uniformity, gloss and surface smoothness, adhesion and durability, sprayability and flow characteristics. Number three probable cause could be excessive pigment concentration. Too much pigment leads to surface concentration and bronzing. Maintain pigment concentration within the manufacturer's specified limits. Number four, hot spraying of sensitive colors. High temperature affect pigment behavior and surface alignment. The recommended countermeasure is spray at a cooler temperature as recommended for those specific and particular colors. Number five, Use of fast evaporating solvents. Quick drying disrupts pigment orientation, causing bronzing. The recommended countermeasure is use slower or properly balanced solvent system. Number 6. Uneven film thickness or poor atomization. Inconsistent surface textures affects how pigment settles. The recommended countermeasure is ensure proper spray technique and uniform film build. Number 7. Highly absorbent or unsealed substrates. Such surfaces draw binder away, concentrating pigment on the top. The recommended countermeasure is apply suitable primer or sealers before top coat. In paint, the binder, or also called the resin, is the key film forming component that holds the pigment particles together. It means it glues it and helps the paint adhere to the surface. Number 8. Incompatible reducer or thinner. Wrong solvent system disturb pigment dispersion. Therefore, use reducer and thinners recommended for the particular color system. Number 9. Poor pigment agitation. The unsettled pigments lead to inconsistent color and surface sheen. Maintain proper stirring and agitation during application and preparation of paint. Number 10. Expired or degraded paint. Degraded paints pigments lost consistency, leading to bronzing. The recommended countermeasure is use fresh, well-stored paint materials. Number 11. Pigment orientation issues. Organic pigments can misalign at the surface. The recommended countermeasure is use proper spraying method. Avoid brushing or rolling. Number 12. Pigment oxidation. Certain pigments have the tendency to oxidize, particularly in the presence of too much air and light. The recommended counter here is use oxidation stable pigments, apply proper top coats. Number 13. Incorrect binder pigment ratio. This is related to formulation. Improper formulation affects pigment distribution. Therefore, adhere to recommended binder to pigment ratios. Pigment orientation refers to alignment and distribution of pigment particles within the paint film after application and drying. High humidity during drying. Humidity disrupts evaporation and pigment behavior. Therefore, drying and curing should be done through the controlled environment. Number 15. Manual application, that is, brushing or rolling. It physically disturbs and misaligns pigment orientation. Therefore, avoid brushing or rolling and prefer spraying for uniform finishes. Care methods for bronzing defect. In mild cases, gently hand polish the affected area using a mild liquid polish. This will help remove the bronze-like sheen and restore uniform appearance. For general maintenance, perform regular washing and apply polish occasionally to maintain a clean, consistent finish and prevent reappearance. In severe cases, if bronzing is extensive, wet sand the surface using fine grit sandpaper, then reapply the top coat by respraying the affected area. With this, we conclude our today's discussion. Please do drop your comments, share your experience, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to receive the similar contents in future. Our next topic of discussion would be chalking, that is fading, oxidation, and weathering. Thank you. Thank you very much.